Now, the iManifold is really good for this and measure quick. Bergman had a really good way of displaying this because it gave you the target temperature split and you would see it actually change as time went by. Very helpful stuff. Instead of having to measure things over and over again, you could actually have your probes in place, which I think is preferred. HVAC probes are the best. Hygrometer probes on both the supply and return, giving you that constant information. It's perfect. I don't know why anyone would want to do it any other way. I just couldn't imagine why. And then you'll know the entire time what the target temperature split is. But I do have a way that we can do sort of like a rule of thumb. I did this years ago. This isn't exact. So if you don't have those tools, it's not as exact as having those tools, but you can have a rule of thumb in the field that'll kind of help you navigate the situation. This is my temperature split rule of thumb. And it's going to be, like I said, it's not exact, but it'll get you in the ballpark if you don't have the stuff. A temperature split of 20 degrees Fahrenheit plus. Everything we talk about is Fahrenheit here. I'm in America. You're going to have to change it over as you see fit. 20 degrees Fahrenheit plus, you have a relative humidity of under 50%. If you're under 50%, and it's probably closer to 40% for 20 degrees plus, you can get a temperature split of, you can get a temperature split of 22, 23, sometimes in extremely dry climate. It doesn't go too far beyond that. But anything 20 degrees plus, you're in a relatively dry house. 60% humidity, plus or minus, 16 to 18 degrees Fahrenheit split. As it gets higher and higher, it starts dropping. 70% humidity, you get 14 to 16, and over 70%, it could be low as 12, even 10. It can be as low as it goes, because the more capacity that goes toward latent, and it will have a ceiling. It'll have a place where it can't go any higher, and you'll just get a little bit of sensible cooling, a little bit of latent cooling until it starts to widen a little bit. But that gives you a rough idea, and I'll put that up on the screen one more time. Just think of it, extremely dry house, 20 degree split, pretty close. 16 to 18 as we get a little bit more humid, 60%. 14 to 16, 70%, and over 70% is going to be pretty small split. That's the kind of split that the home inspector goes, something's wrong here. I'm going to write this house up because something's wrong. And he's just ignorant, and that's just the way it is. I was ignorant for a long time too. Can't really blame him, but it's just the way it goes.